Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, back with another fresh scoop of freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupeeland. Today, at last, I'm going to choke on my own breath, and we're finally going to dump a heavy load of money directly into the tower. Yeah, we are going hard. We're going to go to the next area at long sweet last, and while we're on our way, before this episode started, I tried a thing, it did not go well. Are you serious? So, we have this medium-sized bodyguard who can't... I just remembered out of the blue, there's a locked door in the Deku Temple that we still have not yet gone and obtained because I keep forgetting to have a medium-sized bodyguard on the first continent, and my line of thinking was, well hey, Yamori's clearly middle-sized, so surely he should be able to open the middle-sized barrier thing. I tried that, he was having none of it. Yamori is medium-sized, but doesn't count as a medium-sized bodyguard, and I'm offended by this. So that is a thing that is on my radar. We'll just go back to it at a later point in time. For now, we're 20,000 meters tall. We can go to an entirely new area. And what's Uncle Ruby got to say for us defeating the bad god?
Oh, this feels so good. The power of rupees is flowing through me. How I love rupees. Just a little more, we're almost there. I'm counting on you, Tingle.
Well, that's good. Now all of that money isn't going to the bad god, it's going to him as well. We've basically doubled his income, doubled his fun. Yay. Meanwhile, hello. Can I help you? Tess, help me. I see. Well, there ain't no Tess here, only Tingle. So, next up we're headed to a rather lovely looking area, the fairy garden. As you can tell by the outline on the top screen, yeah, this area is huge! And I love it! Honestly, yeah, it's a bit dismal for a garden, but I like it. Hi, Tingle. It's me. How's it going? This is the fairy garden. Nice, isn't it? It's a very beautiful place. What? What happened? This place looks like a desert. When I was here before, it was a nature lover's paradise. What on earth happened here? So serious music, serious times, panels, pretty flowers, cacti. As I said, I like this area. I don't really have anything to follow that statement up with. I like this area. There's a lot of fun going on here for reasons we'll see forthwith. But first, let's check in with another circular pit. Thank you for coming, Tess. I am the Grand Fairy. I will show you the true path. However, this fairy garden has turned into a barren desert. We fairies cannot make ourselves visible to humans. So I want you to do something for me. Gather up all the orbs, herbs, and cubes scattered around the fairy garden. Bring the 5 pools back to life. If you do that, this great pool will also regain its power. And I will be able to make myself visible to you. Please do this for me. Gina Linetti. That's vaguely what I'm going for here. So, this is an interesting place. This is now lit up, which I don't think it was lit up before. But before that, we need to find a certain familiar someone. Also, don't spend too long on the sand here. Hang on a minute. We're seeing friends left, right, and center. You there, first of all. I'm a fairy spotter. I just love these pretty fairies. But now, this is a desert. You can't see the fairies. It's such a shame. You don't understand me. At the fairy temple, they worshipped orbs. If only I brought a map, maybe I can find the temple. I always forget something. I worry that voice might be offensive. That's not what I'm going for. But you there, dressed as a whatever the hell that is. Good grief. I shudder to think what I'm going to do for this guy's voice in the next area. But yeah, so we're going to buy
Not a map, but just a block of iron. Yep, that was unexpected. So yeah, the whole thing of this area is there are 5 pools in various places, and each one has 3 items attached to it. A cube, a herb, and an orb. And we've just found a cube for the iron pool. Now this...
That fairy vending machine. Top of the range vehicle for sale. Also comes with a free gift. A fantastic map is all yours. All this for only 2,100 rupees.
Sure. I hate this mechanic. I love this area, but I hate this mechanic. We got a thing.
This is it, fairy. Here's a special present.
We're only buying this for the map. We might as well make use of the thing since we have the thing, but that's the one thing I don't like about the fairy garden.
Let's begin your driving course. First, touch Z fairy to get in.
Yes, Tingle, touch it.
Try steering it. Push the plus control pad to go in that direction.
Are you David Mitchell or are you just a robot?
You've got the hang. But remember, Z fairy needs fuel. You have to learn how to refuel.
I pity the fuel. I'm over here now.
When Z fairy runs out of fuel, it will simply disappear. But you can refuel back here.
So yeah, we have a flying car, basically.
Stop above the red flashing plate.
I don't like this mechanic because, like, the pressure of the refueling, but...
Good work, you've got a full tank. Revive these springs, and you can also refuel there. You know how to refuel, right?
You just taught me that.
One last very important thing you need to know. Leave Z Fairy and wander too far, or go to a different screen, and it will disappear. You'll have to buy a new one.
For like 2,000 rupees, it's not worth it.
One more thing. To get out, touch Z Fairy with the stylus. Lesson over. You've got nothing more to learn. Farewell.
Yeah, we never have to learn anything ever again. You can't map while you're in the Z Fairy. So yeah, I don't like this particular gimmick, but everything else here I love. As you can see, there's a bodyguard, that's what it's called. Bodyguard salon down and to the bit. Down and to the bit! It's north left. Also, it can be a bit fiddly, and if you're not out of fuel enough, you can't refuel. Just like in the real world. So hold on. Can we please? Can we please? Can we please? I have to go far enough off and then come back on again. So the thing with this gimmick is... I'm nowhere near it, but go off. The thing with this gimmick is... It helps you get around faster. But I don't like... Also, there's these fuckers. Just don't worry about them. And there's a mark on the map here. We'll come back to this. Essentially, you need to bumble around with this for a hot while. And it gets you around faster, but in exchange, it'll run out of fuel. It costs you money. Here is one of the things that we're looking for. This is a... You know what? We should probably just park this here and put it on the map. Now, as the snorty woman was saying to us before, the fairies worshipped orbs in temples, so you're going to have to want to follow these maps on the top screen, mind the everything, and ultimately they'll all lead to temples that are marked on the map. So just, you know, hop out the Murphy Porsche. I don't want to hit that as it's it like a horse. I don't know that song. Just dig around and you'll get an orb. This one's the spring leaf orb. That's one of the colours available here. Now, the advantage of riding on the Z Ferry is you can get around pretty quickly. And also, it provides you safe harbour from those things. I don't know what those are, but you won't have a fun time if you use them. Also, there's this. God, there's so much happening at once here. Now, this enemy here, you can't fight it head on. You have to blow it up first. This is why I decided to keep all of the Tingle bombs from Mount Desma. We need 2 nitro bombs for other things, but we also need this for this. Yep. Thanks for just sort of standing there watching the battle, Yamori. And here we have a herb. We have sort of mix and match items here. We have the freshwater herb, pronounced with an H because it's spelled with an H, Americans. Why do Americans say herb? It is herb with an H, you fools! That's Mr. Cactus. You can sort of see there's a gap in the fence there, if you will. a gap in the cactus fence. So, also, you can kind of outrun your bodyguard unless you bounce off stuff, but I, being the paranoid floof that I am, are going to want to fly back in time just before this runs out of fuel so I can refuel and bounce off everything. So yeah, I don't like the stress of the fueling thing, but it is a thing of convenience. That took a hot while. I was worried for a second there. But yeah, it's a good way of getting around, but if you leave it alone, you have to, you know, it'll disappear if you leave it alone for too long, and if you go onto onto a different screen, it'll disappear. If you go into the bodyguard salon or any hidden grottos or whatever, it'll disappear. I don't like all those constraints, and it is nice to have, okay, hello, like a safe thing to jump on top of when you're being harassed by those bone creatures, but generally speaking, I prefer going around here on foot, but it's a lot slower. It's basically just a question of personal taste. Also, I'm getting fairly lucky with these orbs. You do have to dig around quite a bit before, like, they emerge for you to consume. And in order to find the various things that we're looking for here, sometimes you'll need to fight for your right to party. Sometimes you'll have to solve puzzles. Sometimes you'll just run into whatever you're looking for. And you can hear those bone creatures coming when they go boodly doodly 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 like that. Okay, this wasn't anything, but it was worth a try. Like, all the enemies here may or may not have a secret. For instance, you're a face. You just give us the blue cube, yeah, why the fuck not? And also you're mappable. Don't know why, you're just the garden face. We don't question these things. So yeah, keep an eye out for anything that looks out of the ordinary, because they might have one of the things you're looking for. And I guess that's, like, it's strange. I like this in this area. Hello, I saw something shiny. A golden camel. Again, these are rare. Like, golden enemies. Oh no! Oh no! Everything is sad. So now we've lost our Zed Fairy, and also that golden enemy. I am deeply offended by this. So I guess that's the appeal of using the Zed Fairy to get around. Now that we're here though, dig around here, and you'll find a hole underneath that doll marking on the map. No secret super boss this time, we just get a human doll. Which I guess is only fair, we do have a fairy doll in our possession, so yeah, why not? Also, I'm just suddenly remembering, we ran into one of the springs, and I feel like I forgot to mark it on the map, but hey, we've found a temple and also some new friends. Anytime you see a temple marked on the map, you dig, and that's how you get an orb. So, bear that in mind. Also, oh, it's good to have a bodyguard here, apparently, because they'll dig you out of a tight spot like that. That's a nice thing. I hate that those bone enemies cost 2,000 rupees when they grab you, though. That offends me on a deep and personal level. Still, yeah. Normally, okay, you exist, apparently. This isn't linked to the past, you cube. Well, you're not a cube. I don't know what you... Okay, just hit me for all I'm worth. Can we please have a fight? Okay, there we go. I'm not quite sure how you're supposed to dish it in combat. I guess just tickle its head. We have a yellow herb. Normally, I'm not a big fan of the... Also, does this interact with me at all whatsoever? Yes, thank you, Yamori. You're very helpful. Well, clearly this was once a body of water, as you can infer by what it says on the map. Yes, it says water on the map. It's just a boat. Just... I guess this is a concept they revisited for Skyward Sword, a desert that isn't a desert according to your map. I don't know. But yeah, I generally don't really like open world exploration, do whatever in whatever order, and I feel like this is a rare instance of an area that actually does that fairly decently. I still don't like the open world format in any shape or form, but this is just a fun, you know, bumble around, find whatever you find a house. I do think the creatures on the sand are a little bit much, though, but other than that, you know, we're having a fun time. We're on a little desert hike. We don't have to worry about hydration like so many other games that have desert areas, like, the Dog Island is the only one that's coming readily to mind, but whatever. Bones! And also a skull and a flower. Lovely. Wait, so there's this, there's... Is it Tales of Symphonia or Tales of Vesperia? One of them has a like, desert area where you need to hydrate, and there's cacti that you need... In fact, I feel like it'll be Vesperia because you have to hit it with a Blastia, I think? Also, this here, wherever you see that on the map, because there are a couple of locations, I believe, you could just dig up rice. And this is the game that taught me what rice looks like in its unprocessed form, because I'm a... Where are you? You're not in this rice paddy, so I don't have to worry about you. But... Okay, no thank you. No thank you. Why would you do this? Well, whatever. There are other rice places elsewhere. We will need rice for the local recipe. You make me suspicious. You do drop bananas. You do get bananas, so... Again, we'll need recipes for the banana. We'll need bananas for the recipe. Really? You're going to make me waste my own bomb like that? I am offended by this entire garden. Get over here. How many bombs of mine do you plan on making me waste, sir? I'm not going to dip into the nitro bombs because we need those for personal use. Don't worry about it. There we fucking go. See, the previous one that we had to defeat, it wasn't no thang because it was just stuck in a... Like, it couldn't move. But elsewhere in this garden, you will find ones that can move, and they'll run away from your bombs, and everything will be sad. God, I've forgotten just how paranoia-inducing the open sand areas here are. I see. A rusty cock. Yes, I'm going to leave that comment hanging. Now, this is a red chicken. The fact that it specifies the colour might lead you to believe that there are others. There are indeed others. Here is a blue chicken, for instance. And you may also be able to infer that this is part of yet another puzzle, because the fairy garden is just full of this sort of thing, and I like it more than I should. So, similar to the Wind Waker, if you just take those two and this one, and sort of triangulate where they're all pointing, and also try not to get boned while you're out here. Bone! To quote Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Because nowhere has ever used the word bone before. Hey, I'm rambling. I am desert rambling. Get your fuck. Just get your fuck. $1, get your fuck. Just keep digging in the rough vicinity of where they're pointing, and hopefully where their various chicken lines converge, you'll find an object. And we are here for objects. In fact, that's literally the quest here. We're looking for various objects. Can I please find? Stop it with your eating tendencies. How dare you eat? There we go. We found the Springleaf Cube whilst being pursued by a rude boy. Where are we on the map, by the way? Okay, we are in the right-hand area. There is probably a much more, like, rhyme and reason way of doing this. Why would you spawn right next to me, you rude child? You rude child! You can outrun them, as you can see. You can't fight them. Also, there's just a cube growing on a bush. I am offended. Now, can we throw a bomb at you and have a fantastic time in so doing? Because I do love me some banana. You know, do you see Banana Man hopping over on the white hot sand? Here he come, with some for me, freshly taken from Banana Tree. Banana Man, me want a ton, give me double and a bonus one, give me more for all my friends. His banana flow will never end. Do you want a banana? Peel it down and go Do you want a banana? This banana for you. Now, they can drop more than one at once, and the fact they haven't been doing is rather unfortunate because we're going to need 7. Why do you keep spawning on top of me? Rudeness! But as you can tell, if you hit a loading zone, like between areas, you can just off-screen those enemies as well, so that's fun. And this has been absolutely a whirlwind tour of the desert. A dust. I'm just gonna keep saying dust. I'm trying to think of, what's the... A sandstorm tour? Now, there's probably something up and to the right of here, but since we're in this general vicinity, we have a hole. We must penetrate the hole and explore it accordingly, and surprisingly, there appears to be nothing else down here. Well, so be it. So, we drop down here, and we find another broken bridge in a hole. Where have we seen one of these before? Yeah, somehow my stupid ass had forgotten that all the bridges on the third continent are underground. But, yep, that's what that is, just a bridge to another area. Which sort of makes me think I'm surprised that we haven't run into the bridge back to Mount Desma yet. Because that should be generally in this area. And we have at least 2 of the blazing items. I'm just gonna pop down here, hopefully reset the Angry Boy timer. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call them now, Angry Boys. These spawn under my feet and penalize me for not seeing them coming, even though I would have no way of seeing them coming, boys. I just said coming boys on the internet. What are you gonna do about it? But 2,000 rupees seems a little bit too punitive in my opinion. And I'm aware that at some point I should probably end the episode because, like, combing the entire desert is very much a 2-episode endeavor. Why would you do? Why would you do? That pink enemy is quite clearly a fight me and you will get something that you're looking for type dealio. Also, there's more rice. And I don't know if I've mentioned this yet. Tingle's walking speed is enough to outrun the bone enemies. There we go. Always trust a ninja when you can't trust yourself. That made no sense. But also, we have all 3 of the red items now. So I guess we're making good progress. So I'll find... I will just find, I think. There's nothing up here, just dead seaweed. Because, you know, seaweed grows in gardens. I want to find one more spring just to settle down between episodes. I feel like I've just had nothing but horrible ramblies. Oh, we have the yellow one. Well, I should at least mark that on the map. Map that on the mark. Type that into China. And I feel like because this isn't... Like, we just marked this on the map, and it's right next to a temple. I feel like I probably didn't put this temple on... I didn't dig here. Yeah, there we go. We have the blue orb, or blorb, if you will. You probably won't, and I respect your decision. And there's you again. Okay. Which means that there we go, red spring. Yeah, you can outrun the bone enemies unless you're holding the spade, in which case Tingle walks slower. Anyway, I am rambling to goodness and back, so for now I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and in the next episode we'll put some stuff into this spring, find some other stuffs, and put them into other springs, and just generally have a fantastic time. See you then for that.